Good morning. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. I got almost no sleep at all, but you know what? I don't care. I'm excited because there's something I want to talk to you guys about today. So, good morning, happy Saturday, everybody. Okay, so full disclosure, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Well, actually, before I get to that, I wanted to make one more huge shout out to my cousin who is graduating from high school in Boston this weekend. Love you. And also graduating are the seniors at Trinity Pauling. Yes, they actually have graduation today. So I guess last night was the most important night of their lives. Well, for those of you guys who are new, I mentioned how on occasion, the night before graduation, some student always does something, not very smart, like, drinking on campus or such, and they can't graduate the next day. Now, they actually hounded us about that the entire time I was at Trinity Pauling. So, yeah. The night before graduation, I was like, not walking on eggshells necessarily, but feeling nervous about, like, man, what if I run into somebody who's, doing something, bad? But that's okay. The night before graduation, I do believe I was actually it was actually one of my brothers who I actually sang choir with, and he and a whole bunch of us were in his room. It was actually the one room in Johnson that he had a single, but it was the size of a double, which was awesome. So we did that, and this was around the time that I believe Mortal Kombat vs. DC came out. So first we all started playing that, and then we all started watching The Count of Monte Cristo before I started like dozing off, and I had to go home and go to bed because I really was tired. But I remember walking from Johnson to Dunbar, and I see both of my dorm parents, who are two of the members of the 16 of the left, 16 of the right, because, the right is the coaches, the left are my teammates. Anyway, so I see two of the dorm parents, the one for Dunbar North and the one for Dunbar South. I was on Dunbar North. And, they're just sitting there in like lawn chairs, eyeing things going on, making sure no one does anything. So, yeah. I mean, if either of you guys are watching this, the two members of the 16 of the right, know that I never really did say this to you when I should have. Not that I regret anything, just, I could have been a little more appreciative of what you were doing. I mean, not that I wasn't, it's just, I never really thought I'd be doing videos at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to tell you. So, yes, my brothers at Trinity Pauling graduate today. I am super excited for all of you. Congratulations. You've earned it. And, wait until after you get your diploma to smoke your cigar, please. Okay? Because that was a tradition that, you could do. I mean, I didn't smoke my cigar, but, a lot of students when I graduated did. So, be careful. Be patient, keep an eye out for one another. I mean, it's still early in the morning. Your commencement doesn't start till around noon. So, it's still early. Something bad can't happen. Although another thing I noticed that happened last night is, Trinity Pauling actually had their, apparently second annual seniors parent, dinner. And I looked, because I found this out on Twitter, by the way, and I looked at this and like, we didn't have that when I graduated, did we? It's been almost 10 years since, well, actually, it's been almost 5 years since the last time I was there. I was there, in 2014, October, for my 5-year reunion. But, yeah, I guess in that amount of time, things really do change. But I would like to think that this is definitely a change for the better because, seniors having, a dinner with their parents, that's nice. I like that a lot. I think that's good practice. So anyway, now that is taken care of, now that is out of the way, now let's get into what I really want to talk about. So I was actually going to talk about this on Monday, but that was when it was day 505. But I had to talk about the Star vs. the Forces Evil series finale, which, I mean, again, there are still a few loose ends to tie up, maybe do like a TV movie or something, but I was very much satisfied with that finale. What I was going to talk about today is, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, I now am going to reveal another item on my full course menu. Yes, for those of you guys who are new, a full course menu is from a manga/anime I watch and read called Toriko. Now, I do not have the time to get into all the logistics of what the story is about. All you really need to know is that a full course menu consists of an hors d'oeuvre, a soup, a salad, a main course, a meat, a fish, a dessert, and a drink. So far, I have revealed five items. On day 55, I revealed my dessert, which was Rita's. On day 105, I revealed my hors d'oeuvre, which is wings. On day, trying to do the math here, 150, I got it. On day 150, I revealed my soup, which is actually a tie between French onion soup and New England clam chowder. I really could have both because I love them both so much. On day 195, yes, it was day 195, I revealed my drink, which is soda. And it was all the way until day 475 when I revealed my salad, which is Italian dressing with crumbly blue cheese and extra onions, or a Caesar. So, with that said, we now have the main course, the meat, and the fish. And I actually tried to do this in a similar order that, Toriko in the manga figured out his full course menu with a liberty here and there. So, without further ado, my fish dish. I love seafood. I do. I love it so much. And actually, I love seafood. I love it when people enjoy seafood because, it really is considered a delicacy. Seriously, lobsters literally went from being prison food for prisoners on ships to now being the delicacy that it is now. That's actually really cool. And so, I actually do have to say that it did break my heart when for whatever reason later on in life my brother found out he's actually allergic to lots of other kinds of seafood. But that's okay, stuff like that happens, and plus, just take a whole lot of Benadryl in his case. So, yes, it is my fish dish. Now, one thing I really want to specify and stress, and it will come back later, is that, seafood, as pretty much anyone who has ever had seafood knows, it's very light, very delicate, very obviously delicious, but, because of that, for a big guy like me, it actually takes a lot to satiate my appetite. With that said, the name of the game is all you can eat. Now, what exactly my fish dish is, what's the word? I sort of hinted at it a while back, where one of the 13 best places on Cuca Lake, or the Cuca Baker's Culinary Dozen, to get a bite to eat, one of the 13 best places to get a bite to eat on Cuca Lake, has half of an item on my full course menu. This is that item, but I need to explain. See, if I'm looking for fish, like actual fish, like, the vertebrate fish, I go for the beer-battered fish and chips at Appalachian Brewing Company. That place actually has several locations. In fact, the one I went to was in Gettysburg. There's one in Harrisburg, one in Mechanicsburg. I think there's one more, but for the life of me, I can never remember what it is. But yes, my fish dish when I'm just craving fish itself is Appalachian Brewing Company fish and chips. However, a fish dish doesn't actually need to be a specific fish to, constitute, what a fish dish is. So, you could have, say, clams, or oysters, or, scallops. But for me, the main thing that I'm looking for, if when I want actual seafood, is crab legs. Yep, crab legs. Now, I said the name of the game is All You Can Eat, and I mentioned the Cuca Baker's Culinary Dozen, and so that place is the Waterfront. Now, the Waterfront is actually a place, well, obviously I have talked about it before, but believe it or not, and I actually did show this as well, you can almost see the waterfront from where my cottage is. Yeah, you can actually see it. When I go up to Cuca Lake today and do tomorrow's video, I'll try and point it out. And before I continue, I also want to mention that the Switzerland Inn, which is another place that is one of the, Cuca Baker's Culinary Dozen, also has all-you-can-eat crab legs on Wednesdays. In fact, both Waterfront and the Switz both have all-you-can-eat crab legs on Wednesdays. And I do want to mention that because from what I hear, it is actually very good. I do say from what I hear because obviously I've never had the crab legs at the Switz. But I've had them at the Waterfront. And I love them. I can have but again, you have to understand, crab legs, like most seafood dishes, is very light and very delicate. You need something like an all-you-can-eat function just to be able to satiate yourself. For me, I can actually do about 5 to 7 baskets of crab legs. Probably even more at this point, but yeah, I love them. Plus, the Waterfront is actually where my brother and his wife / my sister-in-law had their rehearsal dinner, so yeah, it does kind of hold a special place in my heart. So there, you now know the best place to get my fish dish. Best place is to get my fish dish. So, if I just want fish, it's Appalachian Brewing Company. If I want straight up seafood, all you can eat crab legs, at Waterfront. Oh, I should also mention the Appalachian Brewing Company does have the all-you-can-eat thing for the fish and chips as well on Fridays. Which, as someone who is Catholic and has stressed that you can't have meat on Fridays during Lent, that is actually quite nice. So, yes, you now know what my fish dish is. So, don't worry. With the other two the last two items, which is my meat dish and my main course, will be revealed in due time. So, cannot wait to get to that. In fact, I actually have something planned in preparation for one of them. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So favorite, share, that subscribe button. I can really use the support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I'm very humble. I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hoping that we all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. If you're in Corning, enjoy Glass Fest. My brothers in Trinity Pauling, enjoy your graduation day. You've earned it. Have fun. Be safe. And remember, if any of you guys ever want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. Now, always have your back. Take care and make good choices. And one more thing. I want to stress this as well. Try and come up with your own full course menu. You might end up having the same things that I do. You might have something that's completely different from me. And that's okay. Because the full course menu is based on what you want. So, go ahead and explore. Figure things out for yourself. Take care.